Hello, my wonderful art students. I am so happy to see you today. I thought I would do another fun video with something cool that you can do at home. This isn't like homework or anything like that. It's just more fun stuff that you can do at home to get creative. So here we go. Okay, guys, so I am here. I'm going to talk to you about some things that you can do at home that you can paint with, because I know at school a lot of my kiddos love to paint, and not everyone maybe has paint at home right now, and that's okay. So I thought I would show you guys some different things that you can actually paint some awesome pictures with at home that maybe some of you've thought of and some of you maybe you haven't thought of. So first thing is, I wanted to show you a lot of moms and dads are actually coffee or tea drinkers. You all know I'm a huge coffee drinker, right? So I always have coffee on hand. Okay, so the cool thing is you can actually paint with coffee. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what to do. You don't even have to waste coffee, okay? What I did was, this is coffee grounds. I had already made my coffee, so I always have coffee grounds. This is what you use. This is the stuff that, this is what it looks like after you brew your coffee. It's all these grounds and stuff. Okay, so what you do is you keep it wrapped up in your filter, and then you put some water in it, and you just soak it in water overnight, and that water gets nice and brown. So I already had some here that I had already soaked. I'm going to put a little bit more in there, make it a little bit darker. You might wonder, why would we want to paint with coffee? Well, why not, right? Something different. See what you can come up with. Now, some of you might not have paintbrushes at home either. A lot of us have Q-tips, or think of other things you might be able to paint with if you don't have a paintbrush, okay? So what I'm doing is, and you'll see I'm dipping my little Q-tip in here. You can start painting. Now, when you first start doing it, it's going to be really light, and that's okay. As it dries, you can do more and more layers of this brown paint. Also going to dip it way into the coffee grounds, way down in the bottom, get some of that really dark stuff, and paint. Okay, you can also do this with tea bags. Not everyone's coffee drinkers. What you can do is you can take a tea bag that's already been brewed. Okay, so we don't have to waste anything when we're doing this. Okay, take a tea bag after it's already been made into tea, and then soak it again in a little bit of water overnight. It's the same type of thing. It will paint as well. It will be darker the more layers that you make, okay? So at first it's going to be kind of a lightish brown, but if you keep painting layers over it, so you can even see it a little bit better on the back. So it's this very light tan color. Okay, but if you let it dry and do more layers over it, it'll turn darker and darker. Okay, so that's one idea. So there's my coffee and tea idea. Okay, let me close this lid. If you don't have these little cups, that's totally fine. I always have them on hand, but you don't have to use little cups like this. You can just use little shallow bowls. The other thing I like, these little medicine cups, they come with like Tylenol and ibuprofen and stuff. A lot of people have these on hand. These are great for things too. Okay, so that brings me to my next one, food colors. Now, a lot of people keep food coloring on hand. Not everyone, that's okay, but this is just another idea of something that you can use. So I grabbed the blue because I'm trying to tape and use one hand at a time here, so I'm going to try and unscrew this. And then I'm just going to put a few little drops of blue in there. Take my little Q-tip again, stir it up. Look how blue that is. Blue, blue. You'll also notice I'm again just using note paper like I did the other day for the weaving, because a lot of us will have note paper on hand. So don't feel like you can't do anything creative just because you just have note paper. Okay, so my students know that I love to use Crayola markers, washable markers, and you can paint with them. So at school, we were using hand sanitizer, and I know now we should not be doing that. So I wanted to show you guys, you can still paint with markers. Well, they can tell you how we were doing it at school, but I'm just going to take a dark color right now so you can kind of see what I'm doing. You take your marker. This isn't the Crayola, it's the Crazy Art. Those work too, okay? Not Sharpies. We want washable markers, okay? So see, I'm just coloring an area. And then I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to dip it in some water over here. Get it wet. And what I'm going to do, you see how I am dabbing the water on, and see, you can start to see it started to bleed. See how it's bleeding? Kind of cool. It makes it end up looking like paint. So it keeps working a little bit. See, it's kind of cool. It gives it a cool texture. And the other cool thing is you can flip over the paper and see it bleeds through, and it even bleeds through to other pieces of paper, okay? So if you do this with a really big piece of paper and do some different colors and stuff on it, what you can do is you can wait till it dries, and then you can make a picture out of it, okay? So I did this one yesterday. So I did a whole red area, and then a separate piece of blue paper, and then I cut out hearts and pasted on that. This would be cool to make for someone for a little card or something like that. So you guys can play around with that. The other thing I wanted to show you is coffee filters. Those of us that drink the coffee usually have coffee filters, okay? The cool thing with this is it's kind of the same thing that we just did with the paper, but it bleeds even better, okay? So this one I kind of started yesterday. I'm going to do some on the area that I didn't color because I forgot to grab a clean one here. So see, I'm going to color some blue on here, okay? Okay, and I'm going to get my Q-tip again. See how this even bleeds even more than the paper does. And you can even fold it. You see, it bled through too, okay? So these are fun to paint on as well, okay? So there are some cool ideas for you to get some painting things going. I would love to see what all you can make with the things that you paint at home. And then tomorrow I will be back with another fun idea. You know, we're technically on spring break, so these are just fun ideas that you can do at home over spring break. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow, even though again I can't see you, but you can at least hear me. You saw me earlier. Here's my Disney cup. All my friends know how much I love Disney. There's my Disney cup for the day. Yay! All right, friends, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.